What is up, everybody? It is the True Epic Gamer here, back with another UFO 50 guide, this time going over Mortal Level 4A. This level can be a little daunting at first just because it's completely different from all the other levels in the game, because you don't respawn from your spaceship, you actually respawn from the very beginning of the level or through some checkpoints that you find throughout. We didn't leave that block there for nothing. You're going to need that to climb up top whenever you respawn in just a few moments. As of right now, we're just going to simply stand here and wait for this guy to explode and continue forward. If you guys look on the right side of your screen, we blow up this gray block, which actually switches which gates are open and which ones are closed, allowing us to go to the top portion of the level, which is why we left that little block. It's a little staircase for us. Then we want to bait this big guy off the edge. That way we just don't have to deal with him. With all that being said, we've hit our first checkpoint and can move on to the next portion of the level. You're going to want to come down here, let yourself turn into a plant. We're going to boost forward and we're going to catch that on fire, releasing a ton of water. We also want to slam down and leave a block on top of that switch before we move forward and come over here and grab these extra 5 lives. I know it seems like I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, but if you guys rewind a little bit, rewatch what you need to, it'll all start to make sense. You're going to want to make a platform there and then put a block up top, stopping the water, getting rid of the water that you just released a moment ago. All of these steps will then lead you to another plus 5 lives, and you'll be at your next checkpoint. Make sure at this part you wait on all these little bug launching traps. They can be quite annoying, and don't get impatient with them. Then at this part you want to jump, and when you're at the peak of your height, that's when you're going to want to explode, lighting up that fire without blowing up that gray block. Next up, you want to light yourself on fire and then arrow your way into those fire blocks towards the end of your screen. Last but not least, now we actually do want to get rid of that gray block. Of course, we always wait on any extra enemies that we can take out at the same time. We need this water. You'll see in a moment why it's going to help us get to that plus 5 lives. Obviously, we need a way across these spikes, so we're going to try and take out an enemy, waiting patiently for him, and then we just drop a stone down there so we can continue forward. Once again, I know I'm talking really fast and going over a ton of different things. Just rewind if you need to, if you miss anything. Make sure you catch your breath here. I like to go hit this checkpoint door because unfortunately you do have to die in order to get this plus 5. At least as far as I can tell, there's no way for you to make it back. But since we hit that checkpoint, we can continue on to our next section. At this part, you need to be very quick on your feet. Always make sure you jump as soon as you land on any of these little platforms that move down. Otherwise, you will get shot by those green blocks. We want to leave a brick right there for the future. It'll help us get that plus 5, but we can't get it quite yet. We need to continue forward. There's going to be a switch we need to hit. If you have trouble doing this, how I'm doing it, because I'm going to arrow into an enemy and then stone down. Once again, keep in mind, you could just jump over there and stone down and you'd be good to go. Now, of course, we need to way up, so we just stone. We're now up top. As you guys can see, since we put a little block right there, then our explosive enemy is just going to roll over there and he's going to take out the big guy for us, making it where we just straight up don't have to deal with him at all. But make sure once you do get to this part, you can come over here and hit this checkpoint, but just make sure you go back because remember we can get those lives at the bottom now that we've activated that switch and we have a platform. Once again, always look out for those bug launching traps. If you die to those, you're going to be really aggravated with yourself. I'm speaking from experience. And of course, before we continue on to the next section, we want to go down here and grab this plus 3. Nothing too crazy about it. There's no trap or anything. Just go down there, grab it, and you're good to go. Now, for this entire section, I recommend really taking your time with these fish. They can be quite annoying. I like to just kind of mess around with them until I get them in a position where they just won't get in my way. The first thing we're looking to do when we come through this water is jump up here, grab this plus 5, and then on the top left, as you guys can see, we're going to want to activate this switch. Now, you guys will see I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I didn't even take my own advice, and I ended up messing around with these fish a little bit too long, and I ended up accidentally losing a life because of it, but no real problem there. We're going to continue on. Our main goal here is just to get over here to the end, blow up these bricks, and that will drain the water. After you drain the water, this area becomes very straightforward. You just run all the way to the end, avoiding all the enemies, And as you guys can see, this one will follow you. Just run up here really quickly, hit that switch, and that will take them out. I like to stand here and jump up and down a few times until I take out all those enemies. You can only do 3 per trap, so you'll see they stop spawning. But that does give you 1 extra life. Now we are at the last portion of the level. Just stay above them when they're about to explode, run down there, grab your lives, and you are good to go. This gameplay was a plus 24 lives on that level, which is pretty darn good if you ask me. You definitely could beat it, but I'd recommend just getting somewhere around there, and that's going to be plenty enough lives to do whatever it is that you guys are trying to do. I also want to really quickly apologize for uploading the last level before I uploaded this one. For some reason, I thought I had already covered this level, but I guess I just didn't end up uploading this video for whatever reason, so I do want to make a quick apology for that. Nonetheless, we now have a guide for every single level in Mortal. I hope they did help you guys out in some way, shape, or form. Let me know in the comments if you guys did get your cherry for this game. And I want to thank you guys for all the support that you guys have been giving on the channel, all the likes, all the comments, obviously the subscribers. We are only 25 subscribers away from 1,000 now, which has been a dream of mine for a very long time. That is all thanks to you guys. That's all I got for you guys today. And as always, peace.